So there'll be a new name on the FA Cup this season after we meekly surrendered our hold on the trophy. This is a Southampton v Arsenal match review. Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. In this video, I'm going to look back on yesterday's really disappointing FA Cup defeat here at St Mary's against Southampton. Just before I do all that, so I want to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. If you like what I do, or if you're new here and you like some reasonably positive Arsenal content, please click on the subscribe button down in the corner there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as well. Give it a like, share the content around. If you've got any comments at all to make about the game yesterday or anything to do with Arsenal, please drop them in the comments box. I do love to hear from you guys as well. So then this for me is where it all started to go wrong. You can't really pick this sort of a team away at another Premier League team in the FA Cup and expect to go through. We rested players in the third round against Newcastle. That was at home, and even then we struggled to make it through. Away at a team who just a few weeks ago were actually top of the Premier League. This was a suicidal team lineup. There was talk that maybe Matt Ryan, our new loan signing from Brighton, may have started this game. He was eligible to play and he was on the bench, but Leno got the nod, and we went with a back four. Then it was Bellerin back at right back. The two centre backs were Holding, and Gabriel was back, of course, following his COVID break. Hadn't played for quite a long time. And left back was Cedric Soares, a little bit of a surprise. Kieran Tierney was rested. Of course, Cedric Soares has played in that position before, not for us necessarily. He did play there for Southampton. He's played there for Portugal as well, but that was a little bit of a surprise. The midfield too, it was Granit Xhaka, and he was partnered by Mohamed El Neni. Then the front four saw the most changes actually. Willian was in the number 10 position, Pepe was on the right, Martinelli was on the left, and Eddie Nketiah was up front. So the front four that has done so well for us, got us a lot of good victories in the last few weeks. All of them were rested or left out of the squad completely, and a new front four was put in place. And that was when, for me, the alarm bells started to ring. Southampton has gone strong. They're a full Premier League team, of course, a team that had beaten Liverpool in the last game here at St Mary's a few weeks ago. This was always going to be a big ask for Arsenal. Well, we expected much else, really. When you saw the lineup, it really was going to be a difficult game, and that's exactly how it proved to be. I mean, the first 10 or 15 minutes of this game, we were under pressure from the start. Southampton started the game really well, and we never really recovered from that, if we're honest. Gabriel back in the side, his first game for a long time since his COVID layoff. In fact, since his red card against Southampton at the Emirates in the middle of December, he looked really, really nervous, really shaky in the opening moments, almost as though he never played football before, let alone have a few months off. And yes, maybe we can let him off that a little bit because he has been outstanding this season, but this was a really, really poor performance from him, and later on, of course, his uncertainty would cost us the goal. But yeah, the beginning of the game was dreadful, and it never really improved much after that. You cannot really pick a team with El Neni, with Pepe, with Willian and with Nketiah all in it at the same time and expect to get a result. It just doesn't work. I'm all in favour of rotation of the squad. You can't play your same 11 every week, as much as sometimes we need to. But when you're going to rotate the players, rotate two at a time. Don't rotate them all that front four in the same game. Maybe leave 2 out of this game and 2 out of the league game on Tuesday, and then we would have had a better chance of maybe getting a result in both of those games. As it turned out, we were not really at the races in this game. Southampton got the lead, and yes, you could say it was a fortunate goal. We gave the ball away far too easily, as we did throughout a lot of this game. It was Ward-Prowse, who found Carl Walker-Peters on the right-hand side. He got into the penalty area, drilled the ball in towards the goal. It was more of a cross, actually. Gabriel stuck his foot out. It hit the bottom of his studs, and that deflection took it past Bernd Leno and into the goal. An unfortunate own goal maybe for Gabriel, but it did sum up his uncertainty in those early stages of the game. If you can see the first goal in a game like this, it's always difficult to come back from, and that was always looking likely to be the case. In the first half, we never really got going at all. It was a very, very poor performance. I don't remember their goalkeeper Fraser Forster having a save to make. We had one opportunity. It was a clever little free kick actually from Willian, putting Martinelli in behind the defence. He was onside. He couldn't get a good connection on the ball, but that was about it really. We just didn't create anything at all. At half time, I was expecting there to be a few changes. I thought Arteta might have brought some of the players on. Saka was on the bench, Thomas Partey was on the bench, and I was maybe expecting those changes to happen quite quickly in the second half. It took a little bit of time. In the end, El Neni did go off. He was really, really poor in this game, gave the ball away so many times, and unfortunately that's never going to bring the best out of Granit Xhaka either. So Thomas Partey came on, and then soon after the other subs were made as well. It was Saka that came on and Lacazette that came on. Bellerin went off, and also Martinelli. I think Martinelli maybe just wasn't not really 100% fit for this game. You know, we'd made all the changes with 20 minutes to go, and we did throw everything that we had at it really. We just lacked the quality. We had a lot of the ball. It was in front of the Southampton defence. They defended really well, although we did make it easy for them. There was one chance when the ball was played through by Pepe. One of the good things that he did in this game, very few of those, putting Nketiah in, but he lacked conviction in his shot. It was a poorly hit shot. In fact, it was going to go wide of the post. It took a deflection off the Southampton defender Stevens, and it forced Foster into a save with his legs. The only save he had to make all day. In the very last minute as well, we had another opportunity to salvage something, to salvage extra time. Again, it was Nketiah, but he took a wild swing at it and the ball went wide, and that summed up his day. He's a player that's come for our academy and we want him to do well, but I think it's obvious now that he's just not good enough. He'd probably be a decent striker in the lower end of the Premier League or in the Championship. He'd probably score a lot of goals, but unfortunately, if we want to progress, he's just not good enough. And he's not the only one, is he? As I say, we've got El Neni in midfield. Unless he's got Thomas Partey alongside him, it's not worth having him in the team at all. And Pepe and Willian, I really do not know what they contribute at all. Pepe has got to be the biggest waste of money in football history. And it's not just his transfer fee either. I don't care how much he costs. He's just not good enough. And Willian, I don't understand what Willian even does in this team. Absolutely useless. He contributes nothing at all. The pair of them have got to get out of this club as soon as possible, because they're just, neither of them are good enough. And if we want to progress, we just can't put them in the team anymore. Simple as that. In the end, I'll say we meekly surrendered to Southampton. Fair play to them. They came with a plan. They played a strong team and they've got through to the next round. And the fact now that we've got this league game on Tuesday back here at Southampton, I'm expecting that a lot of the players who were rested today, such as Smith Rowe, such as Saka, such as Partey, Lacazette, will all start that game and we could well win. And it just make the frustration of losing this FA Cup game even more. Just playing a couple of stronger players in this team from the start, we may well have got through this game, got into the next round and kept a hold of our FA Cup. But no, Arteta went for a weaker team and it backfired big time. You cannot have a team with El Neni, Pepe, Willian and Nketiah all in the same starting lineup. It hasn't worked before, it's not going to work, and this game just showed that. I mean, a man of the match, is it even possible to pick one? I don't think any of our players played well at all, none of them. Leno did make a good save early on from Shea Adams, but other than that, apart from the goal, we didn't have a lot of chance with that. It was very unfortunate. It wasn't what else he could have done. He didn't really have a lot else to do, did he? I thought defensively we were really, really poor. Gabriel, that's probably the worst game he's probably ever had in his career. It's certainly his worst game for Arsenal. He did get better in the second half when he settled down a bit, but that was really poor. Rob Holding was really poor. The two fullbacks were really poor. I mean, Bellerin got hooked in the second half. Cedric Suarez, of course, has started left back, didn't really suit him at all. Some of his deliveries were dreadful. He looked a bit better when he went to right back. but he didn't have a great game. The two who started in midfield, El Neni and Xhaka, really poor, the pair of them. I mean, El Neni must have give the ball away pretty much every time he got it. Xhaka wasn't a lot better. And then those front four, we'll maybe excuse Martinelli because he was the only one who actually looked like he might make something happen, but he did look a little bit off the pace, and it was no surprise that he got taken off. But certainly the other three, Pepe, Willian and Nketiah, every single one of them was just a waste of time. Nketiah just didn't have any composure at all in front of goal. Usually you expect him to be able to at least get a decent strike away. Every single opportunity he had, he fluffed his lines, he miskicked the shot. Just really poor. And Pepe and Willian, as I said, a complete waste of time. So unfortunately, the man of the match is going to have to go to one of the substitutes because they did make a difference. The three that came on, Lacazette, Saka and Thomas Partey, all made more of a positive contribution to this game. But out of those three, I think the one who had probably the biggest impact on the game was Thomas Partey. So for this game, I'm going to give man of the match to Thomas Partey. So there you go. I mean, the squad isn't good enough, is it? The squad depth isn't good enough. I mean, we had gone unbeaten in 6 games, but how many of those performances were really good? Chelsea at home was a decent performance. West Brom away was a decent performance. But the other 4 games that we didn't lose, the performances were poor, weren't they? Brighton away wasn't a great performance. Again, it took the substitutes to come on to win us that game. 2 games against Newcastle. The FA Cup game was really poor for 90 minutes. We managed to, again, the substitutes came on and won us that game. Crystal Palace was really poor. Even the Newcastle game last week in the league, for a long time in that game we were poor, certainly in the first half, and then Newcastle just really gave up once we scored. So we haven't really played well for most of these recent games anyway, and it just goes to show that without Smith Rowe in the team, without Saka in the team, and without Lacazette playing through the middle, we really don't have anything else. We look a really poor side, and you can see why we were struggling in the relegation zone before those players all combined in the team after Christmas. Unfortunately, they can't play every game. It's not possible. Arteta needs to manage the squad, and now we're at the FA Cup, he's got a little bit more opportunity to do that. But for me, this was a big opportunity for us to get through in this competition, go on another run, and the FA Cup was really good to us last season. It's not good enough finishing 8th in the league for a club like Arsenal, but when you win the FA Cup, you can maybe let that go a little bit and say, well, we won a trophy, and that's what it's all about. But now, with the FA Cup gone, we're still struggling in the league. We're in 10th place. We're going to struggle to make to finish any higher than we did last season, and we haven't even got the FA Cup to fall back on. Yes, we're still in the Europa League, and you never know what can happen there. We have to get through the next round, which is coming up soon against Benfica. We'll see how that goes. But for me, this was a big opportunity to go on another cup run, and Arteta picked the wrong team, and he was punished for it. So that's it. I look back on yesterday's very disappointing FA Cup defeat here at Southampton. Of course, we're back here again on Tuesday in the Premier League. I'm expecting there to be a lot of changes to this side. I think there's going to have to be. I think we'll go a lot more full strength. Some of the players rested today will start. No doubt the 3 that came off the bench today will start as well. And I'm expecting a reaction. And no doubt we'll probably win this game in the league on Tuesday, which will make this defeat here even more frustrating, because we know with a stronger team, we could have beaten Southampton. For me personally, I love the FA Cup, and I'm absolutely gutted that we haven't got through. So yeah, very disappointing. Stay tuned to the channel. Lots of good stuff coming up. I'll do a preview of the league game here at Southampton. I'll probably put that out tomorrow. And then Tuesday evening, I will do a watch along as well. The game kicks off at 8:15, so I'll probably go live about 8 o'clock to go through the team news and build up to the game. And then, of course, the game itself. And then, of course, after that, we'll be building up towards a Manchester United game next weekend. I'm hoping to get a Manchester United fan to come on the show probably on Friday just to do the warm-up show, go for the usual stuff as well. So loads coming up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Just click on the button down in the corner there. Give this video the thumbs up as well if you like it. Share the content around. I say if you've got any comments at all about the game yesterday, the team selection, the performance, or anything at all to do with Arsenal, please drop them in the comments box. It is great to hear from you guys as well. And in the meantime, of course, as we try to get over this FA Cup disappointment, I look forward to Tuesday night. Come on, you Gunners!